As you are well aware, leadership has changed over the years and continues to evolve. Today, we're going to talk about 4 ways that you can up-level your leadership skills. I'm Adrian from Adrian's Avenue, and I talk about things that are rich, relatable, and relevant that will help you become the leader that others want to follow. Let's jump right in. First, let's talk about diversity and inclusion. This is an area that some companies are really focusing on because of what's been in the news over the past couple of years. However, the ones that are truly serious about it have actually formed committees on diversity and inclusion, maybe have a person over diversity and inclusion because they know that they represent people out there that are diverse. People that are buying their products are diverse, so they need to represent, know how to communicate with the folks, and show that they are concerned with diversity and inclusion. Also, the employee group that they're bringing in are diverse. The new people that they're bringing in are from all walks of and cultures. And so this is a highly important place and a highly important area that companies need to focus on. It's not surprising to see some companies developing and implementing diversity and inclusion policies, conducting training sessions, and educating employees on diversity and inclusion, encouraging open and respectful communication, just all sorts of things. And it's important for us as leaders to make sure we're setting that example when it comes to diversity and inclusion. The next area that's evolving is emotional intelligence. And leaders, we need to be really aware of this because we can not only just manage the work and look after the work, but we need to pay close attention to how relationships are going as well as the emotions are going on your team. Now, this emotional intelligence means using emotional information to guide your thinking and behavior within the work environment. Emotional intelligence in the workplace can actually manifest itself in several ways. The first one is self-awareness, and this is you actually being aware of how your emotions have an effect on others and the behaviors and your decisions. Self-regulation, the ability to control and redirect disruptive impulses and moods for the benefit of the team. Motivation, this is actually harnessing your emotions to get the task done and move it toward a positive goal. Empathy, your ability to actually understand and relate to the emotional makeup of others. And then your social skills, kind of how you move while you're in places, dealing with people, relationships, in the job. And these are the things that come up when we talk about emotional intelligence. Now, what's really evolving is your ability to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as it becomes available to you. And share this one out. So if you've been with me for a while, you know that I lead teams. I've had many years of leading teams. However, I wanted to come up with something that was solid that could help you lead your team better. Not just a video, but something that you can actually put in your hand and help you lead your teams. I came up with my top 10 ways that I led my teams over the years. Click the link below. It's totally free, yours to have, that will help make your team leadership be more respected and more connected with your team. Click the link below. So if you were a leader before the pandemic hit, you know this for sure, that the changing environment has hit. So the way we work, what we do at work, where we work, how we work, all of that has changed. There's new technologies out there, and we as leaders have to stay abreast to all of that that's going on. And so that's number 3. The changing work environment is something that is evolving even today. With this changing work environment, leaders, supervisors, managers, we have to embrace new technologies. Doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, if it's out there, jump on it, start to learn it, and then introduce it to your team. Make sure they're up to date on the newest technologies, because if you're not moving forward, you're being left behind. Managers, supervisors, leaders, one thing we must do, come close, is to stay up to date on the latest trends and developments in our industry. What are we going to look like if we're asking our people to do their job and stay up to date? However, we don't know the things that's going on in our industry. It's incumbent upon us to stay up to date on this for our customers as well as our teams. As this work environment changes, leaders, managers, we need to be adaptable. We need to be flexible with our teams and adaptable. Be open to new ideas and discoveries with your team members, but make sure you're being flexible and changing to the needs of your changing environment. If you have a certain leadership style, you may need to adjust that just a bit for that environment that you have at the present time. Okay, we'll move on to the next point. As leaders, we need to make sure we are transparent and responsible, accountable for our actions. This is highly important because we're being scrutinized, and rightfully so. We're leaders. We do things. Sometimes we don't do things like we should do them. And if that's the case, not talking about them, pushing them up under the rug won't help. Just be open about it, apologize if you do something wrong, and move on. But we need to be accountable for our actions, what we're doing. If we're expecting our team members to be accountable, we need to be that example and be accountable also. So it is very important, since we are highly scrutinized, to make sure we're transparent about the things that we're doing, the reasons that we're doing them, as well as being accountable for what we do and the results that comes from it. The topics that we just discussed are not new, but they are emerging and they're not going to go away. So the best thing to do is jump on them. If there are things that you need to work on, there it is. It's laid out for you. Go ahead and work on those things, because we want you to be the best leader that you possibly can so that you be beneficial for your team as well as the customers that you serve.